So, off the back of National Bolshevism, which is fascism and Nazism, both I was going to say nationalism, but fascism, excuse me. Both of them forms of fascism pretending to be socialism. Now we have this one, which I think occupies the same tier as National Bolshevism. National Syndicalism. This is fascism pretending to be anarchism. And also socialism. The syndicalism, part of National Syndicalism, is slightly reminiscent. It draws a little bit from anarcho-syndicalism, where the society is organized on the basis of workers' unions and cooperatives. Trade unions and workers' co-ops, where, everything is a mishmash of larger and smaller democracies, and there is no owning class distinct from the workers that vote on decisions to be made at any given workplace. You know what I mean? I think I've explained what that, I like anarcho-syndicalism. National syndicalism is, haha, what if we pretended to do that, but actually we have like a big state, national state, At which point they would probably shoot all the anarchists. In fact, I know that they would shoot all the anarchists because this is what Spain did. There were a lot of elements of the Spanish fascist movement, and also the Italian fascists as well, the classical fascism, I might get to that at some point, but not this stream, were national syndicalists. The workers must seize state power, whereupon the state will safeguard and guide the interests of the workers. Kind of similar to vanguardism in the Soviet Union, although different enough, I think. Does that make sense? These three are all fascism pretending to be something that isn't fascism, to varying degrees of success. It's all like, and this is, it's worth noting as well. If this becomes a video or like a two-part series, this is what I want to end the first part on. The only way that fascism can achieve the political success that it does is by creating a narrative where it pretends to be socialism. Especially when the socialist competition has already been quashed and has already been dealt with. In the United States, the Democratic Party has made it their sole mission to excise the progressive left throughout the neoliberal era up until now, which is what led the Republicans to have so much success in creating this reactionary nationalist narrative centered around like the aesthetics of populism. Fascism pretending to be not fascism, pretending to be like quasi-socialism or like social democracy by a different name, Yeah, it is a truly ugly ideology that has to conceal itself until it has already taken power, And, with Hitler, the whole, the image I showed earlier, basically every fascist movement has to do a version of this in order to gain power. And in order for it to be successful, they have to specifically target their socialist opposition. Because the socialists are better at that. And oftentimes, in order to be successful at targeting the socialist opposition, taking them out of the picture, squashing the workers' movements, and taking power from themselves, they have to have help from the liberals. Because the liberals will more effectively pose as a friend to the socialists, and then, decide actually you're not looking out for your own best interests and like so infighting and stuff, National syndicalism, National Bolshevism, National Socialism, they all do this. They all pretend to be socialism and they're all not socialism. In the case of National Bolshevism and National Socialism, they rely very heavily on anti-Semitism as sort of a substitute, a lazy, unintelligent substitute for the critique of capital. But with that said, I think I've gotten actually like more and more. Yo, my boy Sterner is there. The Void, welcome back. Sorry, you caught me at the very, very end. I did see Sterner here, and I explained that like it's I think Engels drew this. It's the Friedrich Engels drawing of Sterner because there's no photograph of Sterner. Like this is the only picture that we have of Sterner in the historical record. Yeah, truly sad. I kind of like it though. He's mogging everybody. This is not going to be the only tier list stream. I might come back another time. I got through a decent number of them today. Sterner so base to be taken the pic of. That's true. He was like, no, fuck your camera, actually. No, thank you. And then he ate the camera. That's true. I was there. I was the camera.
What do you mean by that?
Another stream of this? Yes. Photos are spooky, you would say. Probably. We got a lot still to go through. I want to disclaim right now, though, I will not be able to put all of these on the ideological ranking list, because some of these are ones that I don't know too much about, or like genuinely don't have an opinion on, or just like, I don't know. So with that in mind, we have the tier list as it stands now. I'll have to come back in the future if this like erases my progress or whatever to make sure everything is where I put it. And I'm gonna find somebody to raid. Young Stalin versus Old Stalin tier list. Young Stalin A tier, Old Stalin F tier. That's true. That's the whole tier list. Hello, Editing Y2K here. This is just one part of a multi-part series of me ranking all the ideologies that I know enough about to comment on. It took place over the course of 2 live streams earlier in the year, and the other parts will be all available on a playlist if you're interested. Please check it out, and thank you for watching.